Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. We are in the house with Mind Games Uncut
Yeah,
and and Lynn Black Love 17.
Hey, hey,
Uh-oh.
let's
And
let's talk about it.
yes, and we have Kathy B just popped up. So
Grand
we have part of
Rising.
the nation in the house. And all we want to know is, did he do it?
Warning: the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only The One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
Grand Rising, everyone, Grand Rising. So y'all already
peace,
know
peace.
Diddy trial has begun. And it's a lot of freaky deaky stuff that has been said in this trial.
Wow, already.
Yes,
OMG.
it's given freak elite. It's giving all kinds of Diddy gay. It's giving Cassie. I don't know if she was a victim, is she's saying, but it's giving that it was giving Bonnie and Clyde vibes. Which I got, which
Mhm. Something. I feel dirty every time I listen to it, the trial. I'm like, oh my God, like I need a bath or something.
God damn.
exactly. I mean, we found out what the baby oil was for. Y'all know that, right?
What a baby oil for us. Tell us.
The baby oil was
Hmm?
for. They said that Cassie claimed Diddy would use 10 bottles of baby oil to fill it up in a little kid pool for her to get in, and
Are
then
you
her
serious?
and the other person would have to oil themselves down because that's the way Diddy liked it.
Like some
Mm.
black seals.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Pool
god!
was
But
dirty
my
as hell. You
thing,
got that oil, get all that dirt off you.
and I mean, she giving it, and so it's crazy. It's so crazy. So you already see. I put up the Fair Use Act. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna share um some stuff. Hold on, let me see, because it's so much out here, and it's so much that has been said. But here's something from CBS. I'm gonna read some of this stuff. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, I guess her name is Cassie Ventura. So, um, Diddy Combs' now ex-girlfriend, when she testified, they, I guess right now the jurors today has seen graphic, disturbing pictures. They didn't really show the the tapes and videos. I think they showed screenshots or photos from it, and I don't think they showed it to the audience. Oh well, to the jurors or to
Those
everybody in
poor
the courthouse.
jurors.
Yes, and
And the
so
trial is not being televised because it's a federal case, right? That
yes,
they gonna get his
so
ass.
so the summary, some of the details from the testimony are disturbing. I'm gonna say Cassie. Hold on, this thing is popping around.
Peace to the
Ventura
chat.
or Cassie told the jury that after a breakup, she was raped by Combs, right? Jurors was shown images from the so-called freak offs, because that's what they little sex parties, they were called freak offs, and where Combs allegedly directed her and a male escort to perform, you know, sexual acts. Now, from my understanding, the testimony that the escort had is that Cassie was the one that always called him, allegedly. Cassie was the one who paid him, and Cassie is the one he had, intercourse with. Diddy just watched. Now, after Diddy watched, they said after he relieved himself, Cassie was to take that semen and rub it on Diddy nipples. Y'all heard about that?
OMG. No, I did not hear that part. Oh.
I told you.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yes. Yes. So my thing is, he wasn't involved in the acts. From part of it, she was doing it, and she was rubbing the semen on his nipples.
Hold on, this came out in court today or yesterday?
That was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
It's sick as hell, man.
Yeah.
They've been watching the Pornhub and Spank Wire. God damn it.
And look, she said she testified she don't know how many freak offs she was involved in, but she said it was hundreds.
He got with her.
And now she said she testified she felt so much guilt and shame she considered ending her life. But yet you were there, you were paying. And I'm gonna just get into that. She was then excused. And let me see. They asked her, hold on. She testified that she found out more information about a girl Combs had been dating during half their relationship. Okay, put it this way. I'm gonna jump to this part. What I read. Cassie said they went to dinner to have closure because supposedly, now understand this, her and Diddy supposedly broke up in 2018. Then all of a sudden, last year she busts up and wants $30 million, or she was going to put out a tell-all book. To me, that's blackmail. Because you didn't call the police, you had no problem. To me, all this blew up once she wanted the money, or she was going to tell it all like she's doing now. So either which way, they broke up in 2018, y'all, and they went to dinner. Hold on, thank you. My cursor keeps jumping around. She went to dinner to have closure in 2018. He was trying to convince her to go home, go with him to Burning Man. Oh, I guess they were not together at the time. Now she's so scared of him. I want y'all to read between the lines. This person is saying that she didn't leave Diddy all these years because she was scared of what he was going to do to her. But she has had relationship with different men during her and Diddy time. Diddy let her have relations in front of him. So the fight in the hallway was supposed to be because he was so jealous, but it doesn't sound like Diddy was so jealous to me. So, and it doesn't sound like she was as scared as she's making it seem. So she went to dinner to have closure. They were not together. She was seeing the man who is now her husband, but she was so scared. And I want y'all to remember, 2018, she went to have dinner with him. She was seeing who the man who is now her husband. And I want y'all to know that there is a backstory to where she met her so-called husband. Do y'all know about that?
Yeah, he's the personal trainer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Diddy's personal trainer. He was there.
That's Diddy's personal trainer? He was Diddy's personal trainer?
Yes.
Oh wow, god damn, the plot thickens.
Yes.
Keep it in the family.
So, but for somebody to say they were scared, she dated Kid Cudi and she dated Diddy's personal. If you want to get away from a man, and this personal trainer was there during these certain times, he had to been allegedly there during times. Exactly. He was her trainer and Diddy's personal trainer. So you were so scared, but yet you were sleeping with Kid Cudi, and then now you were sleeping with the personal trainer to the point where you and him are now married. And then all of a sudden,
got a baby on the way, the third baby,
the third baby. But Diddy is this monster. I'm not taking up for Diddy, so don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it sounds like two freak elites that was just together and had a 10-year toxic relationship, and now now she wants something out of it. I told my daughter, I wish I could go back in my past and sue for the stupid stuff I did when I was young. We all should be able to do it.
Exactly. So the thing is, she was 19. They're gonna say he corrupted her mind.
She was 19 when they met. She wasn't
Yeah,
19 after 10 years.
Okay, gotcha.
Now read it. Now let me finish reading this. Go back to what you said. She was 19. Okay. 2018, she wasn't 19. She was dating another man. She had been together with Diddy over 10 years in 2018. So listen to this. They were not together. She was seeing the man who is now her husband. Combs was being nice, playful, and romantic, she testified. He brought her home. So you have I want y'all to just use your imagination. This is supposed to be a scared woman. She's seeing the trainer, and now you went out with Diddy and had a romantic dinner. He brought her home, and then he raped her in the living room, she testified, on the floor. She remembered crying and saying no, what Diddy wasn't himself and did not stop. He wasn't himself. So he wasn't an animal, because if he raping you there and you're saying he wasn't himself, then that wasn't his normal behavior, correct?
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So listen to her testimony, because I told my daughter, we got to get past the stuff they did to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. They wanted men on trial for the age they are now, but the women get to be the age they were when they first met.
Facts. I mean, let's be honest. She's not a black woman, so they gonna look at her like she's one of them.
Exactly, like little Miss Snow White.
Yeah.
Yes. Now listen, she testified that after that incident, she was intimate with him again, one more time by her choice during a friend's birthday party. So you've seen him again after he wasn't himself and he raped you, but that he wasn't himself. Then you went to a birthday party, y'all seen each other, and y'all were intimate again by her choice. This is what she testified. When asked why did she agree to see him again, she testified that they had been together for so many years and they were very connected, which you just don't turn off. Does that sound like a victim?
Sound like a manipulator.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You talking about Puppy or you talking about her?
Her. Listen to what she said. They asked Cassie, whatever her name is, why did you sleep with him basically again after he raped you, after all these years and you were scared? Why? She said, and then you seen him. So that means you cheated on your now husband. You were cheating because you said he raped you that night. No police was called. Nothing happened. Y'all seen each other at a birthday party by your choice. And y'all was together intimate again. And when they asked her, why did she agree to be with him again? She said, oh, because we've been together for so many years. We were very connected. You don't just turn that off. Does that sound like she was scared and she's this innocent victim that she's portraying to be?
That girl crazy. And he did all that to you. Yes, you break it off as fast and far as you can.
Thank you. You don't just get with the friend who's the trainer. That just don't happen. I mean, they had oils. They said that they were having intercourse with her menstruation on. I mean, just a lot. But I'm gonna just play a little bit of this.
Man, Diddy a sick motherfucker, man. Diddy a sick mother. This man was watching his girl get penetrated. He was over there in the background jacking off. What the going on with you, boy? You a nasty son of a bitch. I'm a bad boy for life. I believe you now. I believe your ass now. You a nasty son of a bitch.
I just had to play that.
He said what he said.
Well, that was pretty funny.
I just had to play that. But I'm gonna play this. This is
Damn,
let me see if I can pull it up.
Don't
But
worry,
they're
Diddy. Trump
to
gonna
me,
pump
they're
on you.
portraying her to be this victim, and I just don't see the victim in there. Like you said, you were manipulated, but it's to me, it's not fair to black men. I think Diddy was just a nasty freak. They had a toxic relationship. I believe he might have put hands on her a few times, and they were always there. I'm gonna get to the chat. Shout out to the chat, but I mean, I want to know. That's why I put the trial. What did Diddy really do to face life? They say he was sexual trafficking, but the problem was that she flew out to go have intercourse with other people. I mean, it sounds like two couples that just opened up the doors to their bedroom to us.
Now
They
we're
were
gonna. Yeah, they keep talking about Cassie, but it goes deeper than her. There's other women, and even Justin mom came out and she said when she was, she was there listening to everything. It opened up, old memories. He used to like just beat her ass and stuff like that. So yeah, it's some people. It's some more people coming forward. He didn't just Cassie, but his first baby mama, Justin mom. He 32. Yeah, he 32. His mom came out, so she is women supporting her, and a lot of
I
other
want to
women coming
see
out.
them at this trial, though.
Yeah, I
Because
think they're
my
gonna be
thing
there.
is, what evidence besides all this hearsay? Because, like Cassie just said in what I just read to you, and I'm not bashing anybody, but you were a willing participant when the exotic dancer or the whatever the escort came. She called him. He said when he would come, she would be the one calling. She would be the one paying. And it was one time that she said that he peed in her mouth, but that's what Diddy wanted.
God damn it.
And that y'all, I always wondered, but there's a lot of freaky people that's what R. Kelly liked. It was the golden showers. And some people like you to defecate on them. So there's some freaky
That's
people
that
out there.
European shit. And I don't know why black
Yeah.
people doing that stuff, man. I'm like, even Biggie used to talk about that. That's why I know some of that stuff they be doing. Yeah. Because they was when Biggie was living. So yeah.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this from Willie D, and it's gonna give a little history about her her husband. Yeah. But hold on.
Willie D boy so slow, but yeah, my brother.
Freak offs. Now check this out, family. This is why I don't trust mainstream media. In a number of publications, they talk about Cassie and Alex's relationship. They talk about how they met while having training workouts. No mention whatsoever that Alex used to be Diddy's trainer and that Cassie stepped out on Diddy to hook up with Alex. Alex appeared to be traumatized on yesterday when he stared Diddy down. Judge said, all rise. They say he stared Diddy down. They stared each other down, really. Like, what's up? What you want to do? What's up then? Well, let's take it to the back. Yeah. So here's the deal. This guy has had plenty of opportunities to see Diddy. First and foremost, what I don't understand is he was Diddy's trainer. By Cassie's own admission, they've had literally hundreds of freak-offs. You know that personal trainer had to know what was going on. All of that testimony that she gave on yesterday, you know he was privy to at least most of it. She had to set him up and let him know that it was coming because that's her husband, that's the father of her children. She got 2 already, got 1 on the way. So, they talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm sure she prepped him for what was to come. But I'm not so certain that she had to prep him because if I were to take a wild guess, I think dude might have been in on some of that. That's right, I said it. It's just hard to believe that he wasn't. Maybe that was the attraction. Kind of like when Kanye saw Kim sucking up Ray J and he married her.
Well, there you go. There you go. He was Diddy's trainer. And
Yeah, I
and
said
from
it.
her testimony and everything, she doesn't sound like a victim like Jag the Diva's just saying. It was a toxic relationship where Cassie endured abuse, but Cassie is not 100% a victim. The fact that she paid for a freak-off activity proves she was a willing participant.
It's interesting what Denzel said. He said justice for Pac and Biggie. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna take it there. Oh, most definitely he knew something about that. I mean, he shiced as hell. Take away with that what's going on with this case. But they want him. Feds want him. They probably gonna get him. Feds never really lose a case, so that's pretty much they talk about trafficking and stuff. They don't too
OJ
many.
made
He
it.
just put icing on the cake. The trafficking part gonna hurt him. And they
But
say
my
else.
thing is, what was the trafficking? The trafficking was supposed to be her going overseas with other people that have freak offs.
Yeah, so
So
other people, so other women involved too, not just her. They say.
yeah, we gotta see it. We gotta see it. And I like this with Jag the Diva said Cassie also stood by and watched Diddy abuse minors, so that make her an accomplice. Because like you
Sad.
said, what who did you say? Justin Bieber, all them, Kim Porter too. They all was
Oh
there.
yeah.
So if everybody is giving these testimonies, but if you look at, and the reason why I put a lot of pictures in the thumbnail is because if you look at all the pictures with Diddy and Cassie, she looked like she was having a good time. She was she was photogenic right up front. She didn't look like she was scared of nothing.
Yeah, young girl.
Now that she done got older and you want to have children, I mean, white women, you get to clean up your past, and I only say white or this and that. She said he raped Usher when he was a teenager.
Yeah, that's the rumors. Him
Allegedly.
and Justin Bieber too. Yeah.
Allegedly.
And let's get to the part too. I know we ain't gonna be on long, but this to the part. Yeah, Albie Sure came forward and said he
Oh
truly
yeah.
believed that he had something to do with Kim Porter's
Death.
the death. Yeah. So yeah, Albie Sure been talking about this for a long time, man. So hey, he know
They
his
said
son.
Albie Short butt hurt that Diddy took Kim Porter from him.
Yeah, a lot
He
of people say
claimed that
Yeah.
Diddy the one that poisoned, got him sick. Everybody was like, Albie Short, you sure it ain't all the drugs and the alcohol you were doing that shut your kidneys down?
Yeah.
Because as black people, we go by a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
And the long as we keep making Diddy this big black monster, he might have had money and power. But it's just like when people say the Illuminati did it. Well, where are all these white men that never get accused of anything?
Exactly. Smoke and mirror. I'll be sure you know what it is, brother. The 80s, the light skinned brother had the 80s, and the brothers took over in the 90s. That's all it was. Light skinned, dark skinned war. Denzel said, I like your channel. So I like your channel there. So.
Thank you. One moment. We're gonna play this. Oh no, that's not it. I'm sorry. I thought I downloaded the other video. It must have been
all
loaded.
grayed out. He can't put that Beijing back in his house.
Yeah, Diddy great. That's why I forgot the pictures. I got the pictures. I was trying to rush with the live and stuff, and I didn't. The pictures didn't come up. But Cassie, if everybody looks and put it together, everything that was said. You saying you're a victim, but then you turned around and you slept with Diddy's personal trainer, and then when you slept with his trainer, you went out with Diddy in August of 2018, where you alleged that he was romantic. You can remember all this romantic stuff, right? Remember what I just read you? She said he was romantic. He was saying all this. He took her home. So you wasn't scared. He took you home. And then you said he was not himself. And he raped you on the living room floor at your house while you had a man. Then after that happened, you willingly went to a friend's birthday party and y'all had intercourse again. And when you were asked, when she was asked, why did you have intercourse with him again? Well, because we have a connection. That's something that you just don't break. I'm
That's like a fool. That sounds like a
I'm
fool.
confused.
Yeah, she
I
a
am
fool.
so confused.
Reading is fundamental, but you know.
Exactly. I don't think it's fair for black men to keep being pulled through. I'm not saying Diddy is just so innocent, but I don't. You know, like what messed him up is they're using the Bill Cosby tactic. Remember when they had all these women that said Bill Cosby did this, and that, but when the trial went on, it was only really for one woman. So they
Remember
make it
that?
look.
Yep.
So like if Diddy did all this sexual trafficking and all this stuff, who are the other victims? Who's on there besides Cassie? Like they're charging him with it, but where are the victims at? That all we hear is Cassie, Cassie, Cassie. What are the other victims' names?
That's crazy. These black men better start making different choices.
Did we not just talk about Shannon Sharp last week? When we
Don't
talked
forget
about
Smokey. Smokey
Huh?
was in there. They got Smokey too.
Yeah, when they brung old decrepit Smokey and his wife, I was like, now come on. And all of these are white women. And then they call the black woman the gold diggers. They make it look like we just these bad women, these gold diggers. Since the black men, I told y'all, black men, y'all the kings. I told y'all the ones been letting the enemy in the house and then blaming the black women. Black men opened up their doors a long time ago.
Since the goddamn wars.
You open up the doors, and that what we just said about when we did the Shannon Sharp, that after this, most of it when I don't know if you were on there, D Mays, but when the Pablo and Mr. P was on there, and they was like, a lot of times back in our days, it was something to go after these exotic women or not black women. Not a partial black women.
Yeah, I remember that.
White
Yeah,
women because they would
still like that now. Still like that now.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna pay too many. I'm not saying there ain't no freaky black women out there, but you not finna pay. I just told you couldn't tell a black woman, let me have intercourse with somebody, and then when he ejaculate, rub it on your man nipples. What kind of
that shit right there sound like some damn Pornhub, spank wild, ghetto gaggers, cup holding. I don't know what that. Anything you think of on porno, boy, I'm like, damn.
It would have been a flip the mode. You would have seen Diddy running down the hallway with his towel while a black woman throwing something at him.
He got
like, what is wrong with you, little boy?
So she had sex with the guy. The guy he nut on her, and then he rubs the nut on Diddy's nipple.
Yes.
God.
Yes. And people, it's so much. But we found out, I mean, I know we said it earlier, but for those just tuning in, we found out what the baby oil was for. We did the baby oil jokes. Everybody been talking about why they find all them bottles of baby oil, because Diddy used to use them to fill up the pools and let Cassie was one of them. But her and the exotic dancers, they all rubbed themselves. They had to get oily. And Diddy would sit back and watch.
And remember, that's a porn thing too. That a lot of them porn, ask me how I know this, but boys, they be doing it, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy, but he into some weird shit. I mean, let's be honest. She gotta be accountable too, but they're not gonna come after her, so we might well forget that she's the victim.
Nobody went after
her. She's not a black woman.
Yep.
And she's exotic. Yeah, that's what she's the close thing to a white woman. It's some white women came out too, so it's some white chicks he was dealing with too. So we'll see how that goes.
We're gonna see them. I want to see. I want to see that they're charging them with it. But this is what tripped me out is where's Hugh Hefner? Because when that freak died, everybody was praising him.
It's simple. He's a white man and puppy is black.
He was a white man with a whole bunch of young white girls. He was the old freak, and it was okay. even Tony Braxton, I think, posed for Playboy. It was like an honorary badge for women
I need to
to
go back
degrade
and find that
themselves to
one.
pose in Playboy.
I need to go back and find that one. But
A freak magazine. A white man had a whole freak magazine and nobody cared.
like Larry Flint with Larry Flint had what Hustlers. Yeah, there's a bunch of them like that. Yeah.
I want to play this one thing before we go. I'm gonna find it. And what this man is saying is just so true. Hold on if I can find it. Okay. I'm gonna play this. Y'all listen.
Every black artist or every black actor gets to a certain point, gets taken out. Whether it's Michael or Crosby or R. Kelly or Prince, they all either die under mysterious circumstances, Nipsey, or they become troubled and die of an overdose or some medication, or they get done for some sex crimes or whatever. I mean, in R. Kelly's case, every single one of those children were basically sold to him, allegedly sold to him by their parents. You know, I mean, and this is, you know, we'll talk. Yeah, maybe that's a conversation for another day. But you know, like there's so much of that in the entertainment industry, but there are no prosecutions of white artists. There are no prosecutions of country artists. Nobody. Madonna's never got in trouble for her 16-year-old boyfriends.
Yeah, why haven't we got Eminem yet?
No, where's Eminem? Where's Eminem? Could it have anything to do with this?
Country stars you're thinking of.
Well, Eminem. Yeah, country star. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you after the show. No, I mean Eminem woke up one day an angry lesbian, and with very left-wing politics. I wonder why that might have been. Who knows? Who can say? But it's only ever black artists who get their reputations absolutely ripped to shreds in public, get accused of the worst thing that a person can be accused of, right? And always when they get a little bit too big for their boots, a little bit too outspoken, a little bit too edgy, or a little bit too quote unquote uncontrollable, when they won't take their meds, when they won't do as they're told, when they won't shut up about Israel, when they won't shut up about contracts, when they won't do as the establishment and as the architecture, the machinery of the industry wants them to do, suddenly they're guilty of underage sex with kids, people trafficking, all the rest of it. Well, I mean, maybe the truth is that the whole industry does it. Maybe the truth is that nobody does it, probably closer to the first one. But these selective prosecutions, I'm not a big like civil rights, let's defend black people for the sake of it guy. I don't even really care for the music that much. I like Ye as a singular instance because he's an artist in a slightly different league and a different caliber than the rest of them. I don't really listen to the music from the rest of that genre, to be honest with you. But even I cannot deny that the prosecutions are targeted, selective, and gruesomely unfair in the way that they are played out in public, and the manner in which the juries are tainted and poisoned beforehand. But this guy's like on trial, and Netflix decides that. I mean, come on.
They murdered Michael Jackson.
100%.
And
they murdered
gave Prince fentanyl.
They murdered Michael Jackson after he started talking about Jews. And I'm not going to say that what he said about them was right or wrong or whatever, but it is a fact of history that, first of all, they released the recordings of a phone call where he was complaining about Jews in some not very pleasant language. And I think he had a similar problem with Jewish people that sort of universalized to Jewish people in general, which every...
Did y'all hear that?
That was very interesting. When he said they don't take their meds, the only person that came to mind was Kanye.
That's what he mean by yay or ye. He was basically going through. He was talking about R. Kelly. He was talking about Kanye. He was talking about Whitney. He was talking about Bill Cosby. He was talking about Diddy. Like they said, like you hear these white people, they say they don't listen to our music. I just kind of found them. I just kind of found that on Instagram. They were like, they don't even listen to our music. It's not there, but they can even see that it's targeted. Anytime black people get too popular, anytime black people get too big. He was talking about Nick Cannon and Michael Jackson. I didn't even know that until he said that Michael Jackson said something about the Jews.
That's new to me too.
Facts. And at the end of the day, all them jokers hang out. Everybody been to even it was an incident. I think you heard about Denzel. He had invited Denzel and his wife to one of the parties, but of course he didn't tell Denzel what kind of party it was. And they said Denzel walked in, his wife said, "What the hell's going on here?" So he kind of had some words, with P. Diddy, because he's like, you know what I got about wife. I'm gonna bring her and stuff like this. So Yeah.
But
Some
it's no,
people.
I'm saying what this white man is saying that you don't hear country artists. You
Oh
don't
no.
all these white women, nobody else gets sued but the black men. You hear Harvey Weinstein and all them, but they don't get drugged like the black people. You don't see them getting their reputation drugged and their money taken away.
They white won't happen.
This is
They
another
got
form of
connections.
slavery.
They got judges. One thing about black people gotta realize, you can't play the game with them because they got the judges, the prosecutors, district attorney. They got them people on their team to hide certain things, you know. So, but see, Puppy tried to do like his. He hung around with a lot of them white guys and stuff. Out, you know, when he first came up, going to their parties and stuff. You know, they put him on some stuff he never seen before, and he just continued to do it. Yeah, I gotta say it. 9 times out of 10, I think
the day, they always hand them their black cards back and
man, right, yeah,
they black. So black people pass on the word. I don't care how much money you have, your money cannot erase your blackness because they always show you
exactly
who's white and who's black,
and
they always try to say it ain't about race.
Exactly.
What they told Malcolm X before they unalived him. This is too much power for one man to have. No, it's too much power for any black man to have.
Facts. Boom. Can't say nothing else. But brothers learn the lessons. Brothers, teach y'all, some of y'all get a little money. Don't try to think you Puffy or anybody else because they, they'll get you. Like I said, when they came to his house, I knew about to get about him. When they came to his house, the laptop, I had a guy, my TikTok about 2 months ago. He said he ate Homeland Security. He said, believe me, if they come in your house, they got something on you. The feds, about the feds. I ain't talking about in Homeland Security. So I believe that. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna waste manpower and all that and money, resources for a guy who they had that on. So this trial gonna be interesting. I let my plane.
Well, what we need to understand is that black people, we have to have our own. Integration was the worst thing that happened to us because we integrated in their houses and they've been ruling their house the way they want to rule their house. What we should have been trying to fight for was not civil rights. As Malcolm X said, we need human rights because it's ridiculous. I'm not saying anything that Diddy did was right, but it was right in his own sense because Cassie was accomplished. She was his Bonnie and he was her Clyde. And now they opened up the bedroom doors. And to me, it should have been blackmail because we wouldn't have heard nothing about none of this. We heard rumors, but nothing about none of this until she wanted $30 million for her tell-all book. Tell the truth and shame the devil, as they say in church. So we're going to get up out of here. That's all we want to do is just
my camera. Facts. You're right, though.
Yeah, remember, black men, what black men need to do is stop cheering on your black people. Stop cheering on stop cheering on these rich black men and these black men when they get them a trophy wife. And when I say a trophy wife, is like what Cat Williams said, the white looking, the not all the way black women. Because Cassie, I guess she got some Latino in her. And so they, Latinos got a little black, but we need to really understand
that.
Yeah. Like we need to stop cheering on black men when they go outside their race. I'm not saying it's wrong to have interracial dating. I'm not, because people are human. But we shouldn't have to cheer on a black man for not being with a black woman. And that's what's been going on for decades. And it's been coming back to bite black men in the ass. Rich black men at that.
If they're still alive after the encounter.
Well, we'll be touching on this some more because the trial gonna be going on for a minute, and we'll see how it unravels. Yeah.
And I know this ain't Diddy, but I still want to play this right here because I will play this right here because they said this wasn't just a message, but this a white man said this was a black man not fighting back, but a black man fighting back and breaking the stereotype.
Tonight, the father of a teen fatally shot by Cincinnati police Thursday, now behind bars after investigators.
I just wanted y'all I just like the way he held his head up when they came in the courthouse to intimidate.
I need to let that man go.
That's funny.
They did that to a guy down in the town. The police does this a lot, and then nobody talks about it. When my acquaintance of mine, he was called Mr. Kev Tom down here. He would film the cops and everything they do. And so when he finally got arrested for whatever they can cook up, they did the same thing. They filled the seats and everything, and they filled out. They lined up. You would think they had a police parade. Every day they show us that we are black and they are white, and then they turn around and tell you it's not about race, and we're out of here. Peace.
Just like that.
Peace, family.
Peace.
Peace.